Hey guys, welcome back to taking Tarazona up slash taking them down slash keeping them up. You can see from the table we are slightly back on track. We've been playing so well in the last few matches, and honestly, even though this is one of the most disappointing seasons I've ever had in FM, I'm so pleased I've stuck with it and managed to at least turn around the awful form. Whether we're going to stay up, well, it's going to be the final game of the season in this episode, so we will find out in just about 20 minutes' time, or by 20 minutes' time. But one thing that is in our favour is that our rivals for relegation are Bilbao, Bilbao's kind of feeder slash youth team, and the Real Sociedad's B team. And if I check Bilbao's schedule, they are against top of the league Almeria. Now, if that's not tempting fate, I don't know what is. Now they're going to beat Almeria, aren't they? But look, if you gave me the chance to pick a team for them to play, it would be the runaway leaders at the top of the table, right? And then I can't remember who Real Sociedad are playing. I think they're playing a mid-table team, so not the easiest match for them, but not the most difficult either. So, what has turned it around for us? Well, you can see it's this recent form that's so pleasing. So. I can't remember which was the last match I showed you. I'm going to pause the video just to remind myself. Okay, we're back, and I've remembered where I left you last, and it was in fact against Bilbao's team. So retrospectively, is that going to be the most important game of the season? And what's nice is, yes, we had that as a live game. But I wish I'd shown you the last one. I've literally just played that now, but in all honesty, I was too nervous. So we'll jump into the game previous to that, and you can have a little look at the formation that we've been playing with. So we've stuck more to a 4-3-3, playing out from the back. Maybe we've gone back to basics. Maybe we're playing players in positions that are more natural to them. But what's certain is that players like Iglesias, who historically has been a great player for us, has started turning up. But it's Romaric, who's just such a presence up front that's been great. And also, we're getting a lot more chances from corners. I tweaked the corner tactic, and that's made a big difference. So I'm going to queue up the goals here in a 2-all draw. We came back a couple of times here, which was really good. Um, so you can see here they've got some good build-up play, but it's that ball over the top that has been our weakness. And poor Diarra has conceded sort of so many goals compared to what's expected. But there you go, that's that corner goal again. One of our centre backs scoring there. But unfortunately, they go ahead one more time. Again, we can't seem to mark anyone at the back post. But lo and behold, we get another goal from a corner, and even though I know that most kind of FM YouTubers have said that the AI is allowed to stick one more player on the front post, and you actually can't do that. Um, it seems to still be really effective, especially when you've got a 6'4" with a striker with a terrific leap like we have. So this is the last game in which I was so pleased about the way we played. Look at that from Gutierrez and Romaric. Not only can he head, he can finish as well when put through on goal. And then this is in the 70th minute. Aresto playing a lovely little through ball to Romaric, and that's exactly what you want from a finish. Really, really good stuff. So, I will meet you in the next screen, which is going to be us choosing our tactics for the next game. Just quickly before I take you to the match, I just want to highlight some of our on loan players here. And so I'll highlight Jack McNichol first because he's actually been given a call up for the main national team. And look at how his stats have developed. He's a real poacher. We're probably going to use him as an inside forward next season. Off the ball flair, dribbling, finishing, and a little bit of pace now as well as passing. So that's really, really promising to see. In terms of the biggest sort of what would you say the highest achiever on loan, the person with the best statistics in terms of rating is Martin Duran, our young winger. Look at his potential, really good stuff. Supposed to be a star player for our team. He's a really just a traditional right winger in my view with that finishing, but I think he's going to be kind of a backup to Arezzo next season. And I think what this season's taught us is that we just got to stick to a kind of core group of players and not mess things around too much. But we've got Maya, who has developed well as a kind of winger slash forward with good pace. Really interesting player here in Lyon or Leon, I suppose. Don't know why I'm pronouncing it like a French person, but he's one of these players that has got a sea of reds, but actually, as a deep line playmaker, first touch passing technique, vision, and decisions. That's all you really need. And he hasn't even got terrible um, physicals. So I think, again, his potential should see him be a really good player. And then we've got a kind of, I wish he developed a bit more, but Enrico Muro is a kind of young fullback. He's probably just a little bit too far off even next season. So we'll have a look at Piedra because he's another person who is part of the Morocco youth system. Maybe we give him a run of games next season at centre back. He's got good decisions. He's only going to develop in things like pace and strength, and he hasn't got terrible physicals. It's things like concentration and decisions that are really key at this level, and he's not lacking in that area. So yeah, maybe we're going to give him a go. Okay, guys, here we go. We're going with the same formation and instructions as we have the previous few matches. Just going to check things like set piece takers. Good, that's all updated. Corners, if I show you this one, this is how we're getting so much better kind of accuracy and chances from our corners because we've got big old Junior Romaric hitting the front post. But yeah, happy with that. And you can see we're all kicking off at the same time, and we're going to keep an eye on the other results. But essentially, if we get a draw, we should be safe because that will take us to 45 points. And then Bilbao, we have a better record against. The maximum they can get to is 45 points. So a draw would do it for us. But I'm not going to change anything and be too defensive because what we've been doing has worked so well. And remember, we're crossing our fingers that Almeria can do us a favor, even though they might be on the beach already, which is a slight concern. But yes, that is our team. We are ready and raring to go. So come on, the boys. Big match here. Let's think carefully about what we're doing here. So, um, yeah, definitely pick up where we left off. Make me proud, boys. That's definitely what we want to see. Lots of greens. And let's have a little bit of a look. So this is the guy I'm concerned about. Look at his physicals for this level. Not great technicals, but tens and nines aren't awful at this level. But the pace, agility, jumping reach, he's not small. So we might put Moreno on him as the pacier striker, but I don't want to pull. In fact, both guys have all right jumping reach. We'll see how it progresses. But apart from that, looks like Keita. I think I recognize his name. Let's look at Ferran. So nothing jumping out at me immediately. They're kind of parking. They have a quite a defensive style, but they're quite direct, which is why we've gone with our mid block. So it's this Velasco chap I'm worried about. We've got Moreno shifting over to the left. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully concentrate on our game, but if it becomes an issue, then we'll change it. Check we're on extended. Yep. Have I got him as a target striker? I have. He's our important player, isn't he? Romaric. Shall I pause it and change this to latest scores? And we are looking at Bilbao, aren't we? So long as we better their result, we should be fine. Oh no, and they're winning. They are winning against Almeria. But we have an attack here. Cito, Iglesias Gutierrez, still on. Cito, Romaric with the backwards header. That was always going to be a difficult one. And Almeria have equalised, which is what we want to see. I am going to pull up the league table as well, just to make sure things are all right. So we also want to keep an eye on Sociedad's result, and they're losing. at the moment, which is not the worst thing in the world. We're already 30 minutes in, and looks like they win the ball. Can we win it back? Can we press? We're pressing somewhat effectively, but it's that ball over to Velasco that I was worried about. And it's Diarra. For once in his life, he's prevented a goal. Real Sociedad B have drawn level. God, and it's oh, I thought that was Velasco. Although they're now losing again, which is interesting. Maybe it's not good. And Almeria 2-1 up. That's made me slightly more relaxed. And it seems like without playing too well, looks like Diarra's keeping us in the game, and all our other players are retaining possession well. So we've controlled possession. They seem delighted with that, and we're going to hope we can see this game out then, and hope that those other results stay as we want them to. But Arezzo retaining possession well. Terranova across the back four. I'd like this to go. There we go. Come on, guys. Spread the play. We're persisting down the right-hand side here. So both teams losing in terms of what we need. We've got a free kick here with Gutierrez, and it's got a deflection, but we know we've been dangerous from corners and all kinds of set pieces in the last sort of 5 matches of the season. So let's hope this is a near post wonder. They get it away, but we keep the ball. It's a strange flick, but we're going to pick it up, are we again? Adesso with a wayward shot. Both opposition teams still losing, and we get a throw in deep in their half now. Iglesias dinks it in. They're headed away. Come on, Arreso. Composure for once in your life. Oh, God, if it wasn't too much to ask for. They get a goal kick. And we pick up the ball well. Let's see what we can do. Carpio running things from midfield. Back to Terranova. Come on, just go across the back four. That's what we want. Carpio with a wonderful spread of play to Cito. He's going to drive down the line as he has done for so many years in the colours of Tarazona. Carpio with a great ball to Romaric. And it's asking a bit much to score a header from that far out. Okay, guys. So Almeria are 3-1 up. That's what we want to see. But I'm still going to be positive in our game. So I'm going to switch Gutierrez with Arezzo, and then we are going to bring on Gabri as an inverted winger. He's actually going to be an inside forward, um, but he's still going to stay on support there. And I think I'll take the tempo down ever so slightly. We're not going to force things too much. I will say, game is still up for grabs there, and see what you can do. So 70 minutes in, both other teams still losing. Almeria 4-1 up. That's what we want to see. Fantastic. So what changes can we make? Who's not playing well? Gutierrez still isn't playing well. So we're going to bring on Kenneth, who severely broke his ankle not too long ago. So a winger on support will be absolutely fine. Fantastic to see him coming back in. Um, and so we'll have him as an inverted winger on support. We'll have both inverted wingers on support. And is there anyone else we want to bring on? Romaric's not playing that well, but he's on for to help us defend set pieces. See if you can grab a goal, Kenneth. Good to have you back, son. And I'm so worried about the other results. Okay, are both teams still losing? Oh, they've got a goal back, but we are now going to slow things down. So time wasting, be more disciplined. We're not going to hit those early crosses quite so much. We're not going to counter anymore. We'll stay in our mid block. Is there anyone else who's really, really tired? We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna keep Romaric on. Okay. So we get a corner here. Is it going to be one of those set piece wonders? Looks like we're time wasting. Not particularly accurate corner to the front post, but we still pick up the ball. Sito there drives inside. Ola Atura plays it back out to Sito. That's it. Just go wide and cross it in. Romaric, and it's in the net. Come on, Tarazona. Come on, boys. You want to see a grown man overreacting to a computer game? You have had it in the last few games, haven't you? My goodness. Look at that for a ball in. And who else but Romaric, our superstar striker. One more goal to beat the record. And let's look at this. Almeria are 5 goals up. Sorry, 5 goals to 2 up. And Real Sociedad B are still losing. So what we're going to do is bring on Carlos. And we're going to allow Romaric to try and beat all kinds of records, but Santiago is going to come on with some fresh legs. Trusting you guys to come on and see it out. But God, I think what this has taught me is that morale is so important in this game. We had so many losses and it just really impacted everything. But caters through. But can our defenders get back? They can. Ola Otua, who's out of contract at the end of the season, manages to get back. And we are 10 seconds away from the end of the match and us staying up. They play it back out wide. They're going to cross it in. Carpio, he's been there for us all season, and that's a fantastic clearance. Come on, ref. Blow the whistle. What a ball that is, but Terranova cuts it out. He stays persistent with his man. And even Gabri tracking back there. Come on. That's what we want to see, guys. And the away fans are going wild. And there we go. We have stayed up. Well done, lads. You've ensured survival. The same players have got us out of this mess. I was worried for a large portion of the season. But if I show the XG table, it tells a slightly different story. But look at that. In the end, we were 5 points from safety. Sociedad losing, Almeria doing us a favour, and we stay up, which is what we want to see. Exhale. Exhale. So we hoped to have been in Cornela's position, but knowing what we know now in terms of how we've come back from the abyss, we've got to hope that's going to see us into next season. Do I need to look for a job now in a team with a bit of clout? You heard me look at was it Mirandes? And if I show you what Mirandes have done with their season, they've run away with the league and become champions. So have I had a fun season with Tarazona? Well, we've certainly had ups and downs and a season of two halves. But we will take stock and see what we have to do. But oh, that's not the one we want to see. We want to see our league, don't we? I'll go back through this way because it's just a bit easier. League table. We want to see the XG. Oh, we can't see it anymore. That's really annoying. But we were sitting about mid-table in terms of XG. We have conceded about 25 goals more than we should have, which is just insane. And I think it might point to us needing a new goalkeeper. The way I'm hoping to play one-on-ones is not a strength for Diarra. He reminds me a bit of Courtois, does Diarra. He's more of a kind of goalkeeper who relies on good handling and positioning, as opposed to reflexes, one-on-ones, and stuff like that. So we've certainly got a lot to consider. We're hopefully going to sell Aguilar. We're releasing um, Big Tony. Um, so that should free up like quite a lot of the wage budget. Our finances are absolutely crippling, like 1.6 million pounds in debt. Um, and yeah, next season wage budget is going to be a little bit less, unfortunately. So hopefully we can sell some players, perhaps generate some profit there. But thanks for sticking with this series. If you've even watched a minute of a couple of episodes, I've really enjoyed doing it, and I'm just so glad we've stayed up. I suppose in the next video I'll do like all of the end of season stuff, but oh God, am I relieved? Am I relieved? All right, guys. Hopefully see you in the next one. Okay, all here is the end of season review. You're really interested to see what this says. So, of course, Junior Romaric, our standout player by far. Although Marco Moreno did start to come into his own towards the end of the season. In fact, he was rated as an A signing, but yeah, Junior Romaric, fantastic. We might be able to pick up Alejandro Marcos on a free, but John Marino for me has been pretty awful. He made so many mistakes, um, which has been unfortunate. Let's go to the results. So yeah, C. Nothing really amazing in the Copa del Rey, that's for sure. Biggest win, 4-1. Um, that's when we made some changes at half time, didn't we? And we came back and Zueleta was fantastic. Match to remember, of course, the game that was like towards the end of the season, wasn't it? Where no, actually, that was in November. That's when we were still a capable football team. 2-0 and a free kick from Iglesias. Let's have a look at that. This is probably the most important game of the season. So let's have a look at Iglesias' free kick. We did watch this live in an episode, but my God, this made all the difference, didn't it? Look at that, in off the crossbar. That really was my goal of the season. For once, it's got it right as the game. Um, Finances, oh God, the finances aren't great, but we've got some new sponsorship deals, which is wonderful. And we've kept our regional club reputation and the lineup. Yeah, that's pretty much how we have lined up. Our DM is not correct, but accolades. Well, Junior sweeping everything really. A goal after a minute in one of the games, but 26 goals. Carpio doing well, but yeah, it's exactly who we expected, wasn't it? And yeah, I don't really like this kind of stuff, really. This was like a big feature of the game. 100th match in charge, getting a nil-nil draw. So, yeah, wonderful. We've got some of the next season stuff. So, season review. We struggled in the second half of the season. In fact, let me show you the results. So, look at this, like, picking up wins consistently. We had a really good November. And then look at this run here. It got so bad I had to start doing friendlies to stop the morale absolutely tanking. But it was a couple of draws. Here we should have won these games. We were unlucky, we really were. But then to finish the season, the last four games, undefeated with 3 wins. Uh, really, really fantastic stuff. That was wonderful. Supporter profile, we've got some more corporate fans, which is hilarious. I've got something really funny to show you. Samuel Diarra is off of the chart for how bad he is in terms of expected goals prevented. So when we look at um, some goalkeepers are preventing 11 more than expected. Diarra's letting almost 22 goals. That is just absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? But I'll have a play around with the vision and stuff, but yeah, that's the end of the season. Maybe we're going to apply to another job because this was just too stressful. But also, a small part of me wants to have a season managing Jack McNichol. Now he is an Aussie um, men's national team player, as well as some of our other young players. Give them a chance. So we'll see how it goes. If I stopped myself getting the Crystal Palace job last season, I suppose really it's only a top four club that's going to sway me in the Premier League or in the Spanish league. But hey, see you next season, guys.